Have you ever had the feeling that life is testing you in some unseen way just before big changes manifest in your reality? Perhaps you are at a turning point, sensing the whisper of a new possibility in the air, but at that very moment the challenges, doubts and inner conflicts begin to pile up. This is no coincidence. It is the universe testing you. And you are here right now because the universe has led you to this moment, to this realization. Dr. Joe Dispenza describes this process as the universal test, a phase in which your determination, faith and inner strength are tested before your reality undergoes a profound transformation. Why does the universe test us before it gives us the change we long for? The test is not an obstacle to keep you from your goal. On the contrary, it is an invitation to personal and spiritual development. This test requires you to shed the identity of your old self and take the leap into the unknown. The universe wants to see if you are ready to let go of your old pattern, if you are ready to take full responsibility for your new life. It wants to know if you can truly embody the new self, the new reality you are dreaming of. Think of a butterfly hatching from its cocoon. The pressure it exerts on itself is essential for its transformation. Without this pressure, its wings would be too weak to carry it. This is also how the universal test works. This phase of the test strengthens you and prepares you for the next steps. The difficulties you encounter are not there to discourage you, but to give you the opportunity to shine in your own light. This test can manifest itself in many ways. It could be that you are suddenly confronted with doubts, fears, or old beliefs that you thought you had long left behind. Or perhaps external circumstances seem to stagnate, as if nothing is moving, but it is here, in the calm before the storm, that most growth happens. Albert Einstein once said, "You can never solve problems with the same mindset that created them." The universal test asks you to change your perspective, expand your mind and operate at a higher level. Now that you understand that this test is an invitation to rise above your old self, I invite you to look at the challenges as opportunities. Next, we will dive deeper into the inner workings of these tests. We will explore how the old self often fights against change, and how these inner struggles are an integral part of the test. Let's lift the veil further and together decode the messages the universe is sending you. When a new reality emerges and the universal test begins, the old self you thought you were stirs with all its might. It is not uncommon for resistance to arise, especially when you are about to experience a profound shift. Your old self, molded by years or even decades of beliefs, habits and convictions, has made itself comfortable inside you. Any change threatens this familiar state and so it kicks up resistance, like a guardian that wants to block access to a new way of life. This resistance is subtle and powerful at the same time. It manifests itself in familiar thoughts that want to hold you back. What if this doesn't work? Maybe I'm not ready after all. Or, am I really good enough for this new chapter? These doubts are the echo of your old self, desperately holding on to what it knows. In these moments, you are at a crossroads. The test of the universe shows itself clearly here. Do you stay stuck in the old or do you choose to take the courageous step into the new? This decision is not always easy, because the old self not only clings to the status quo, but also often feels protected by the security of previous patterns. Even if these patterns have limited or harmed you, they still offer a certain familiarity. But change requires you to let go of that old identity that may have kept you small and find the courage to embrace your new self. During periods of transition, the inner battles are particularly intense. You may feel your mind pulling you into the old cycle of self-doubt. Your emotions may be stirred up, insecurities and fears suddenly emerge that you thought you had long overcome. These inner struggles are part of the test. They challenge you to make a conscious decision. Do you want to let go of the old and be ready to step into a new, uncertain reality? It can feel like you are standing on two sides of a bridge. One side represents the familiar, safe, but also limiting. The other side leads you into the unknown, full of potential, but also with the risk of uncertainty. It is at this moment, at this crossroads, that the true test takes place. It is the decision to no longer let the past hold you back, but to step into the open space of new possibilities. An example of this inner struggle is when you are about to make a big decision, either professionally or personally. You feel the inner urge to make a change, perhaps to start a new career or leave an old relationship behind. But at the same time, thoughts like, what if I fail, or maybe I should wait a little longer. This is the old self at work, preventing you from taking the decisive step. The test is to recognize these inner voices and still choose the new. It is important to understand that this resistance is part of the process. It does not mean that you are failing or that you are on the wrong path, on the contrary. The resistance shows you that you are on the brink of significant change. The decision to move on is a powerful act of self-realization. Now that you recognize that the old self is resisting because it prefers the security of the familiar, you can consciously break through this resistance and embrace the new. Now that we have illuminated the challenge of the old self, we turn to the next level of the universal test, the emotional and mental resistances. These resistances often occur simultaneously and show us which inner blockages still need to be released in order to clear the way for the new reality. Let's dive deeper into this dimension and discover how you can deal with these resistances. As the universal test intensifies, emotional and mental resistances come to the fore. These blocks are not random, but appear at the exact moment you are approaching a significant change. Emotional triggers and mental barriers are like tests that show you which inner issues are still unresolved and where you have not yet fully stepped into your new self. They are like layers that you need to penetrate in order to complete your transformation. Emotional triggers are often deeply connected to old fears, insecurities, and belief patterns. These feelings can pop up suddenly, almost out of nowhere. You may suddenly feel old fears that you thought you had overcome long ago, fear of rejection, fear of failure, or the deep insecurity of not being good enough. These are not just random feelings, they are mirrors of your inner world. They show you where you still need healing and growth before you can fully step into your new reality. These fears and insecurities often arise from the belief patterns of your past. The beliefs that are deeply embedded in your subconscious can keep you in the past even when you are ready to move in a new direction. For example, these beliefs may suggest that you are not worthy of experiencing success or happiness, or that change is always associated with pain and loss. Such beliefs can create powerful inner barriers that manifest as resistance to change. During the change process, your mind often plays the game of doubt. It tries to stop you from venturing into the unknown. This is when mental blocks are at their strongest. These blocks can come in the form of negative thoughts, doubts, and constant self-talk reminding you that you have failed before or that you might not make it this time either. But these blocks are just that, tests. They challenge you to maintain faith in yourself and in the process, even when the path seems uncertain. To overcome these emotional and mental hurdles, the first step is to consciously recognize them. We often try to suppress negative emotions and thoughts, but this energy remains stored within us and blocks the flow of change. By allowing yourself to feel and recognize these emotions and thoughts, you free yourself from their grip. It is important that you are compassionate with yourself and understand that these resistances are part of your growth process. A powerful way to overcome emotional and mental barriers is to work with mindfulness and self-reflection. When in a moment of resistance, stop and ask yourself, where is this feeling coming from? What does this thought really tell me about myself? You will begin to recognize deeper patterns. Often it's not the external circumstances that hold us back, but the inner beliefs we harbor about ourselves and the world. Through self-reflection, you will recognize the true nature of these blockages and remove their power to hold you back. Breathing exercises and meditation are also powerful tools to free you from emotional and mental blocks. By breathing deeply and bringing your mind into a calm state, you create space between your thoughts and emotions. This space gives you the freedom to no longer react to the triggers, but to look at them with clarity and let them go. You will realize that many of your fears and doubts are nothing more than shadows from the past, and that you have the power to move through them. It is important to remember that emotional and mental resistance does not mean that you are on the wrong path. On the contrary, they are often a sign that you are right on the cusp of a breakthrough. These resistances are part of the universal test that prepares you for change. As you learn to recognize these blocks and consciously work with them, you will find that they become less powerful and the path to your new reality becomes clearer and easier. Now that we have dealt with the emotional and mental hurdles, we come to the next level of this process, belief in the new reality. In this section, we'll talk about why it's so important to believe in the upcoming change, even when the outer world doesn't show any signs of it yet. Let's move on and explore how you can build the bridge to your new reality through your faith. When you are in the midst of a change process, there is often a phase when nothing seems to be moving in the outer world. The new reality that you desire remains invisible, as if it were hiding behind a veil. But it is precisely in this phase that your faith is put to the test. The universe demands that you firmly believe in the impending change even before it manifests itself in your physical world. It is this invisible force of belief that makes the breakthrough possible, the belief that what you feel and visualize inside you will soon become your reality. Faith in the new reality is not blind faith, but a deep inner certainty that comes from your heart. You feel it, you know it, even if your mind may still doubt it, even if your external circumstances do not yet reflect what you want. It's about holding on to your inner vision and knowing that the universe is working in a mysterious way behind the scenes. You are being tested to see if you are ready to step into this new reality before it fully manifests in your outer world. The universe is asking you to step into your new reality even before it is physically tangible. This requires courage, trust, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. You are being asked to embody the feeling, energy, and thoughts of the new reality in the present. If you desire a reality of abundance, begin to feel the abundance now. If you desire health and healing, align your mind with the fact that your body is already in a state of healing. This is the moment when you consciously utilize the law of attraction, by feeling and behaving as if the new reality has already occurred. A powerful example of this process can be found in the stories of people who have successfully manifested profound changes in their lives through belief and conviction. Think of people like Jim Carrey who, long before he became famous, wrote a check for $10 million and kept visualizing it as if the money was already there. Years later, he received that exact amount for a film role. His belief in his vision was so strong that the universe began to align his outer reality with his inner conviction. Or remember Nelson Mandela, who never lost faith in his freedom and the freedom of his people during his decades of imprisonment. He saw himself as free, he held on to the vision of a just future, and when external circumstances finally caught up, he was ready to step into this new reality. His faith was the thread that held the vision together over the years. The universe works on a deeper level than we often realize. Your faith is the invisible key that opens the door to your new reality. Without this faith, the door remains locked. But when you have the courage to firmly believe in your vision, regardless of external circumstances, the universe begins to move in your favor. It asks you to stay in this certainty, even when it seems as if nothing is happening. What does this mean for you practically? It means that you have to grow into your new reality now. Be aware that the change is already happening, even if it is not yet visible to your eyes. Become the embodiment of your new reality. This requires you to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with this new vision. Every day is an opportunity to strengthen your faith and embody the frequency of your new reality. Now that you understand the importance of believing in your new reality, let's move on to the next phase of the test, the moment of stillness. There are phases when nothing seems to be moving, and yet there is more going on behind the scenes than you can imagine. Let's explore together why the universe tests us in these times of stagnation and how you can use this phase to further align with your change. There are times when it seems like the world around you has come to a standstill. You've done the work, you have your vision clear in your mind, and yet nothing is happening. No signs, no movement, nothing to indicate that your new reality is approaching. These moments of stagnation can be deeply frustrating, but they are no accident. They are an essential part of the universal test. The universe is testing not only your patience during these phases, but also your ability to hold firmly to your faith and determination in the midst of nothingness. These phases of stagnation are often the hardest. You're ready, you've changed, you've found the courage to believe in your vision, and yet, there's nothing. It feels like you're stuck in a kind of limbo, between the old that you've left behind and the new that hasn't arrived yet. This is where the true test lies. The universe is testing your patience. It asks, can you remain as steadfast and determined in silence and stagnation as you are in times of progress? This test of patience is profound. It shows you that true devotion exists not only in moments of visible progress, but also in the times when nothing is happening, at least at first glance. It's as if the universe is waiting for you to fully immerse yourself in your new energy before allowing you to take the next step. Your determination is being tested. Will you stay true to your vision, even if the outer world shows no signs of moving in your direction yet? These times of stagnation serve a deeper purpose. They give you space to take root in your new identity. It's as if the universe is giving you a pause to make sure you are fully anchored in your new self before it moves you into the next phase. You are like a tree bending and strengthening in the wind, even if nothing is visibly happening on the outside. Beneath the surface, the roots continue to work, digging deeper into the earth and preparing to enter the next phase of growth. But how do you navigate through these phases of stagnation without losing your faith? Here are some practical tips to get through these times with patience and faith. 1. Accept the downtime. The first step is to see the standstill not as an obstacle, but as part of the process. Accept that the universe is working in the background during this phase, even if you don't see any visible results. Trust that everything will happen at the right time, even if that time is not yet now. 2. Stay anchored in your practice. Keep meditating, visualizing your new reality and working with your affirmations. These practices are especially crucial in times of stagnation, as they remind you that despite the external calm, you are continuing to grow and change internally. 3. Be gentle with yourself. These phases can be emotionally challenging. Feelings of frustration, doubt, and even discouragement may arise. Acknowledge these feelings without letting them take control. Allow yourself to be human while still staying grounded in your faith and determination. Focus on small steps. While you wait for the bigger change, focus on small, everyday progress. Sometimes change shows up in the smallest moments, in a new habit, a changed reaction, or a subtle sense of inner calm. These small steps are just as valuable as the big leaps. 5. Trust the timing of the universe. The timing of the universe is perfect, even if it doesn't always match your expectations. Trust that the universe will lead you to the next phase of your journey at exactly the right time. In the meantime, practice patience and use the downtime as an opportunity to deepen your connection to your higher self. In these moments of downtime, you will find that your patience and faith are the most powerful tools you have. You learn to dwell in the unknown without losing hope. You learn to trust your own process, even if the external results are a long time coming. And this is where true change comes in your ability to hold on to your vision despite everything. Having looked at stagnation as a crucial test of your patience and determination, we now turn to internal alignment and energy upliftment. In this next chapter, we will look at how you can raise your inner vibration and energy to convince the universe that you are ready to take the next step. Let's explore together how you can consciously raise your frequency to accelerate change. When you are on the cusp of a new reality, there is one critical factor that will determine how quickly and powerfully this change enters your life: your inner alignment and energy upliftment. The way you align your energy determines what experiences the universe reflects back to you. When you raise your vibration and emotionally tune into the frequency of the new reality, you send a clear signal to the universe: I am ready. The internal energy upliftment is the key to manifestation. Your thoughts and emotions have a certain vibration, and that vibration attracts similar energies. The law of attraction works by aligning energies. What you radiate within, you attract into your life. When your inner energy vibrates at the same frequency as the desired reality, things begin to change around you. But if your vibration remains low, characterized by fear, doubt, or inner resistance, the universe will reflect that energy back to you and change will not happen. To change your reality, you need to align with the emotional and energetic levels of the future you want. You start by consciously transforming your thoughts, emotions, and inner beliefs so that they align with what you want to manifest. This means not only thinking about what you want, but also feeling and acting as if that reality is already here. It is a step from imagination into embodiment. You become the expression of what you attract. One of the most effective ways to raise your vibration and focus energetically on what you want to create is meditation. In meditation, you calm your mind and bring yourself into a state of inner balance. This allows you to consciously direct the energies you emit. You can focus your meditations on raising your vibration by focusing on feelings of joy, gratitude, love, and inner peace. These high vibrational emotions attract the same energy from the universe and bring you into alignment with your new reality. Another powerful technique is visualization. Imagination is a tool that goes beyond what you see. It is a creative act that influences the universe. When you visualize your desired reality vividly and in detail, you begin to tune your energy to that frequency. See yourself in the future you want to create. Experience the feelings you have in this future and fully immerse yourself in this vision. Your mind will begin to accept this vision as real and your energy will change as a result. Affirmations *** are also powerful tools for raising energy. Affirmations help you to change your inner beliefs and align your thoughts with the vibration of the desired reality. Repeat positive statements daily such as, I am in alignment with my highest reality, my vibration attracts abundance and healing, or, I am ready for the change the universe has in store for me. These affirmations harmonize your mind and heart and send clear signals to the universe. It is also important to involve your body in the process. Movement and conscious bodywork, such as yoga or dance, help to release stagnant energy and raise your vibration. Your body is the temple of your soul, and when it vibrates in harmony, it has a balancing effect on your overall energy. By practicing these techniques regularly, you begin to shift your inner alignment. You are captivating the universe by operating at a higher vibration. This new energy will magically connect you to people, opportunities, and circumstances that are exactly aligned with what you are striving for. The universe sees that you are ready, not just through your words, but through the energy you radiate. Now that you understand the importance of inner alignment and energy upliftment and are working with powerful techniques that support this process, in the next chapter we will explore how the universe communicates with you through signs and synchronicities. Let's explore together how you can perceive and interpret these subtle messages to recognize that you are on the right path. As you raise your vibration and align with your new reality, the universe begins to communicate with you in mysterious ways. This communication often occurs through signs and synchronicities, small, often inconspicuous events that seem like coincidences but are actually meaningful messages from the universe. These signs are not only encouraging, they are also signposts showing you that you are on the right path and that the universe has recognized your energy and is working with you to manifest your desired reality. The universe speaks in subtle ways. For example, you might see a certain sequence of numbers several times in a row, such as 1111 or 444. These are so-called angel numbers, which are often seen as a sign that you are in alignment with your higher purpose. Or you hear certain words or phrases in conversations or songs that fit exactly with your current situation or thoughts. These are not mere coincidences. They are the whisper of the universe telling you, "I see you. You are on the right path." Another form of this universal communication is synchronicities, the magical moments when things seem to coincidentally fit together and reveal a deeper meaning. Maybe you bump into an old friend who has just the information you need. Or you stumble across a book that contains the exact answer to a question you've been asking yourself for days. These synchronicities are not just coincidences, but deliberate arrangements of the universe to help you put the pieces of the puzzle of your path together. An example of this is the story of a man who was searching for a new path after a major career change. In the midst of his doubts and insecurities, he began to see a certain sequence of numbers over and over again, 222. At first he dismissed it as a coincidence, but the repetition was too striking to ignore. One day he came across a book on spiritual numerology which explained to him that 222 was a sign from the universe for harmony and balance and that he shouldn't worry, everything was working out for the best. This confirmation came at just the right moment and gave him the courage to carry on. Such signs often serve as confirmations that you are going in the right direction, even if you do not yet see concrete results in the outer world. The universe uses these small messages to reassure you that you are not alone and that your vibration is already beginning to influence the world around you. These signs are like points of light on your path, showing you that you are on course. But these signs are only useful if you are open and willing to recognize them. It requires a conscious decision to sharpen your perception and be open to the subtle messages of the universe. If you go through everyday life with an open heart and a clear mind, you will realize that the universe is constantly giving you clues, through conversations, dreams, encounters and even seemingly random thoughts. It's as if the universe is weaving a thread to guide you through the labyrinth of your life. Another key to working with signs and synchronicities is trust. Sometimes a sign appears at a moment when you are already deep in doubt. Maybe you're expecting something big and significant, but the universe sends you a small, fleeting sign instead, a feather in your path, a smile from a stranger, an unexpected phone call. These signs may seem small, but they are powerful reminders that you are being guided. It takes faith to appreciate the little things and know that they are often the harbingers of bigger changes. If you pay attention to these signs and follow them, you will find that they offer you deeper guidance. They invite you to pause, look within and feel what your heart is telling you. Because ultimately, the signs and synchronicities are not just external phenomena, they reflect the harmony of your inner being, which is in tune with the flow of the universe. Now that you understand the meaning of the signs and synchronicities and have learned how to interpret them, in the next chapter we will explore how to overcome the last resistance. Often this resistance occurs just as you are on the verge of fully manifesting your new reality. Let's find out together how you can overcome this final test of the universe. It is when you feel that your new reality is about to manifest that the greatest resistance can occur. It is as if the universe is giving you a final, powerful test to see if you are truly ready to receive the new. This last resistance can show up in many forms: doubts, fears, old patterns, or even external challenges that make you feel like the ground is crumbling beneath your feet. But this final test is an essential part of the process. It's the last hurdle you have to overcome before what you've been dreaming of finally takes root in your life. Why does this big resistance often show up just when you are on the verge of manifestation? The old self that you once were senses that it needs to be let go for good to make room for the new. This self, shaped by old beliefs, convictions and behavior patterns, holds on one last time. It clings to the familiar past, even if it has held you back. Change means uncertainty, and uncertainty can trigger fear. This is the point where your mind and emotions meet resistance because they fear the leap into the unknown. This final test of the universe challenges you to mobilize your inner strength and consolidate your new beliefs. It's as if the universe is asking you, are you really ready to let go of the old? Are you ready to step into your new reality without looking back? This is the decisive moment that shows whether you have the courage to move on despite the final obstacles. It is an invitation to step fully into the embodiment of your new self and no longer live in the shadow of your old self. But how can you prepare for this final test? Firstly, it is important not to see this resistance as an enemy, but as a last teacher. Resistance shows you where you still need to grow, where you are not yet fully confident. It also shows you which last remnants of fear and doubt still need to be healed before you can fully make the transition. Recognize that this resistance is a sign that you are on the verge of a breakthrough. Don't shy away from it, embrace it as part of the process. To overcome this resistance, there are a few strategies that can help you make the final leap into the new reality. 1. Strengthen your confidence. At this stage, confidence is your greatest tool. Trust that you are ready, even when things feel chaotic. Trust that the universe is guiding you to exactly what you want to manifest. This is the moment to use all your spiritual practices, meditation, affirmations, visualizations, and build your confidence. 2. Stay anchored in the moment. Often the last resistance causes you to get caught up in worries about the future or fears about what might come. To break through this resistance, it is important to stay in the present moment. Take a deep breath, focus on the here and now, and let go of all fears about the future. The now is the only moment in which you have power, and this is where true change happens. 3. Recognize resistance as an illusion. Sometimes the biggest resistance is all in your head. It is a collection of thoughts and beliefs that are based on old experiences but have no relevance to your new reality. By recognizing these thoughts as illusions and no longer holding on to them, you open yourself up to the truth that you are ready to move on. For act in spite of fear. Sometimes resistance is nothing more than fear of the new. But growth often happens outside the comfort zone. It may be scary, but the key is to act in spite of the fear. Take small steps in the direction of your new reality, even when uncertainty creeps in. These steps will gradually break down the resistance. 5. Call on your inner guidance. In these moments of resistance, it is valuable to trust your inner guidance. Connect with your intuition, your higher self, or the universe. Search for answers in silence and ask yourself what you need now to overcome the resistance. Often answers come in the form of inner impulses or clear insights that show you the way. This final test can feel overwhelming, but it is also the sign that you are ready to enter your new reality. It's the final step you need to take to leave the old behind and grow into your new self. Trust the process, even if it is challenging, and know that the universe is supporting you. You have everything within you to pass this test and manifest the reality you have dreamed of for so long. Now that you know how to overcome the final resistance, we move on to integration and growth in the final chapter. Here we will explore how you can embrace the changes in your life and evolve as you embark on new adventures and opportunities. Now you are at the beginning of your new reality. You have overcome the resistance, passed the tests of the universe, and stepped into the new you have dreamed of for so long. But this is not where your journey ends. On the contrary, this is where the process of integration and growth begins. You are no longer the same person you once were. You have changed, your mind and soul have grown, and you have created a new reality. Now is the time to embrace these changes and integrate them into your daily life. Integration is the step that is often overlooked. Once your new reality has manifested, it requires a conscious decision to integrate this new identity and patterns into your life. You may still feel insecure at times, or old patterns may try to creep back in. But remember, you have already changed. You've left the old self behind, and now it's your job to live and grow in this new version of yourself. This process of integration is not a one-time step, but an ongoing practice. It is about allowing the energy of the new reality to flow into your everyday life, into your decisions, your relationships, your work. You now have a new inner vibration, and this needs to be harmonized with your outer world. This requires mindfulness and a willingness to continue to act consciously and integrate the lessons you have learned into your life. Growth is the natural flow that comes from this integration. You will find that you are no longer falling back into the old patterns, but that you are evolving in new, healthier, more powerful ways. Growth means that you keep moving forward, that you remain open to new adventures and opportunities. Each phase of your life offers you new opportunities to learn and grow, and the more you surrender to the flow of the universe, the more you will discover how limitless your potential truly is. There are some important aspects that can help you to consciously shape this process of integration and growth. 1. Rituals of consciousness. Create daily rituals that help you stay anchored in your new reality. These could be meditations, visualizations, or simply moments of mindfulness where you pause and connect with your inner self. These rituals remind you of who you are now and how far you have come. 2. Patience with the process. Change is an ongoing journey. Even though you have manifested the new reality, it doesn't mean that everything is perfect right away. It will take time for you to fully settle into this new version of your life. Be patient with yourself and realize that every small step in the right direction counts. 3. Environment and support. In order to continue to grow and thrive in your new reality, it's important to create an environment that supports you. Surround yourself with people who recognize your change and give you space to live in this new energy. You should also consciously let go of old habits that may be holding you back. For enjoy the process, enjoy the change. This moment when your reality changes is a cause for celebration. Remind yourself that you are creating the life you want. Every step along the way is an expression of your own creative potential. Joy and gratitude amplify the energy of your new reality and attract even more abundance and possibilities into your life. The change you have undergone will continue to open new doors for you, doors to even deeper growth, to further spiritual and personal realizations. You have the power to consciously shape your life, and the more you stand in that power, the more you will realize the miracle that is you. The journey may have been challenging, but you are now stronger, wiser, and more in tune with yourself than ever before. Now that you are living your new reality, I encourage you to continue to surrender to the flow of life and grow with it. Your journey does not end here, it has only just begun. Every decision you make, every new opportunity you take, is an expression of who you have become. Be proud of yourself and continue to trust in the guidance of the universe. You have the ability to create anything you desire, you just have to continue to step into your power and believe in it.